Good morning. So we're getting closer to chag haShavuos, the time that the Torah was given to Am Yisrael. What does Torah accomplish in the world? What does Torah learning accomplish in the world? Torah is way much higher than the world. Torah came way before the world. Torah was given to us by God. And just like fire does not become impure, Torah does not become impure. And what does Torah do in this world? It says, Hashem oiz la'ama yitain. Hashem gave his nation the strength, which that is Torah. Hashem yivarich es amei v'shalom. So we see, as a preparation to Matan Torah, they came, Rosh Chodesh Sivan, they came to Matan to Har Sinai. In the Midbar, it says, Vayachan Sham Yisrael ki ish echad b'leiv echad. Vayichan Yisrael. It does not say Vayachanu, that they rested, or they came there and rested. It says Vayichan Lashon Yachid, singular form, to tell us ki ish echad b'leiv echad. Now, Torah is not something in the past. Torah is present. And therefore, as we prepare for Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah, and that's the reason why we count Sfiras HaOmer, so we relive Matan Torah. Sure, there are differences. Every Jew is different, whether in size, whether in form, whether in the how his face looks or everything else. His understandings are different. His heart is different. Every Jew is different. But when it came to Matan Torah, when it came to Har Sinai, they came there with one heart and one being. So therefore, when it comes to Chodesh Sivan, in order to be mekabel the Torah, accept the Torah b'simcha and b'pnimius, we have to actually love each and every Jew, no matter who he is and what he is. That means we feel the tragedy of someone else. We feel the simcha of another Jew. Because we are one being. And therefore, the right hand doesn't hit the left hand. The right hand doesn't argue with the left hand. It's ki ish echad b'leiv echad. That was one preparation for Matan Torah. And that's why Hashem said, now came the time to give the Torah, because they actually came there as one being. No differences. Then came Beis Sivan. Va'atem tiyu li mamleches koinim v'goy kadosh. So the word of the Mizitcha Magid, that What does it mean? V'atem tiyuli mamlechas kohen ge'kadosh. We became a priestly nation, priestly kingdom, that we make all the officers above, the malachim, we make it. Not only we are kohenim, but we make those officers above. Like it says, every mitzvah we do, we create a different malach. We create the officers above. And that should give us excitement to do mitzvahs. That we create our existence. Because as we know, everything comes from above and comes from within us. V'atem tiyuli mamlechas kohenim. What's the idea of a kohen? He's separated from the world. A kohen cannot marry. A kohen gadol has more restrictions of getting married to who he wants to. Kohen has more restrictions. A kohen cannot become tamei, impure. He has restrictions on where he can go and what he can do. A kohen gadol goes once a year in Kodesh Kodashim. They all have restrictions. And so to us also. We have to know we have restrictions also. We cannot do whatever we want. Everything is based on the Torah. And we also have restrictions. As we know, we have mitzvahs also. We have commandments. And the Rambam says every Jew can become the level of a kohen. Which a kohen means that you separate yourself from all the desires of the world and you stand before God to serve God. And we see that Shevet Levi was not counted with all the Jews because they are separated to serve God. They're part of God's army. And we know how the Leviim were counted min ben chodesh u'mayla, from 1 month old. Because they are a different breed. And here we see the connection between V'atem tiyuli mamlechas kohenim and chag haShavuos. That the Leviim are counted mechodesh and above. 1 month old. Rashi explains why 1 month old. Because they should go out of the level of being a stillborn or not being able to survive a month. Once a child survives a month, we know for further that he's a bar kayama. So, who can work when they're a month old? So the Leviim stood around the Beis HaMikdash that no one should go into the Beis HaMikdash. Whoever is not supposed to go in the Beis HaMikdash. So a 1 month old baby could be there too, in the stroller or whatever. But he is connected to the Beis HaMikdash, Shoimnei Mishmeres HaKodesh. L'chayra, we can ask a question. Why is if the Eibishter told him to count, the Eibishter knows if the kid's going to survive. So the Eibishter told Moshe to count, and he has to know. And since it has to be from the bottom up, Moshe did not know what's going on in the tent. So therefore it's a month old. And here we see how it's achana to Matan Torah. Matan Torah, it says that the children were the guarantor. Why children? Because we are on the darg of a kohen also. A child is separated from all the desires of the world. And therefore, it is the children. We can say, why do children have to come to Aseres Adibris for? They don't understand anything anyway. Well, it's the same idea as Rabbi Shua ben Hanania when he was a when he was a baby or when he was older, and they said his greatness is Ashrei Sheyoladetoi. Praise the one that gave birth to him. Because when he was a child, in the stroller, the mother used to take him to the Beis Medrash to hear the Talmidei Chachamim learning. And that had an effect in his later years. So we see over here is that it gives them chayus. That means, even though they don't understand, they still have a connection to it. And it helps them out for further. And this Vatem Tilu Mamlechas Koinim falls on Shabbos, this Shabbos, Beis Sivan, which that is the idea of Tainug, that we have to have pleasure in doing Torah mitzvahs. We have to be in the highest level, which is higher than Ratzain, higher than their will. And the same thing is, when before a child's born, it says that he learns the whole Torah while in the womb of the mother. And afterwards he gets a pinch and he forgets the whole Torah. Why do you have to teach him that? The reason is that even though he forgets it, it'll be much easier for him to learn Torah because he already learned it in the womb of the mother. So therefore it's very important that all kids are in shul on chag haShavuos. And with the kids' sincerity, and we do it with a pnimis, that's when Shavuos can be a pnimi. And that's when we can get Kabbalah Satera. When we do things with pnimius. And that is Beis Sivan, Parshas Bamidbar, when we come Matam Tiyuli Mamlechas Koinim V'Goy Kodesh, and Be'ez Hashem will go towards the Gula Amitis V'Ashlema and serve in the Beis HaMikdash HaShlishi. Take it from Yad Mamish now. Long live our Master Teacher and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master Teacher and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master Teacher and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever.